Welcome to a brand new episode of On My Manifesting Mind with your host, Sudanë Firestar. I am ecstatic that you are here. So, in last week's episode, we talked about thinking about the things that you don't want to help you manifest the things that you do want. And I also mentioned that part of this process includes tapping into your senses because that is going to help you to get more excited and it's going to help you to make it feel more real. Like the things that you want to manifest will feel more real to you. So, why is this important? When you feel excitement, you become more of an energetic match for the things that you desire to manifest. Because at your center, when you are the truest version of yourself, you are happy, you are light, love, and joy. So you want to definitely make sure that you're using your senses to create that sense of joy and happiness to become an energetic match for whatever it is you desire to manifest. When you're excited about what you desire to manifest, then you also are going to feel more motivated to take the inspired actions to make it happen. So what are the criticisms of something that I'm going to talk about in a few minutes? Vision boards is that people just create this vision board and then they're like, okay, I'm done, now all the miracles are going to happen and the things that I desire to manifest are just going to pop up in my reality. Or people talk about people just, saying things, oh, I want this. And they're like, okay, now it's done. And now that's all I have to do. I don't have to do anything else and miracles are going to happen, right? Everything that I want is just going to come to me. I could just sit on my couch and eat potato chips and then whoop, my manifestation shows up right here next to me on the couch. So obviously, just kidding. But these are some of the criticisms that come up when people talk about manifestation and why people don't think it works. But when you're excited and you are motivated to achieve your desired manifestations, then you're gonna be motivated to get up off the couch and go do what you need to do to bring what you desire to have into your reality. Because if you're not excited about what you want to manifest, why bother at all? Why would you put in the effort, use your time and energy to create something that you're not excited about? Obviously, you wouldn't, right? So you need to tap into your senses to bring in that joy, that excitement. You want to get the tingly feelings about the things that you desire to manifest. You want to be smiling from ear to ear. It's also important for you to use your senses to make what you desire to manifest feel more real to you. Because if we think about the last episode, episode 31, I was talking to you about the things that you look around and you see in your reality that you don't like. And when you have circumstances that don't feel good to you, it can be so easy to keep talking about them and kind of recreating the negative circumstances that you're in, right? That becomes the story, the narrative where you're so bothered by it that you keep talking about it, venting about it, like, oh, this is so frustrating to me. And so it's really important for you to tap into your senses to make the things that are off into the future that you desire to manifest. You want to bring them closer to you. You want to bring them into your reality more to feel what it would feel like to experience your desired manifestation now. And when you tap into your senses, that is going to be incredibly helpful in making it more real for you. Instead of being discouraged and being like, look at all the things that are not working, you are going to be motivated to propel yourself forward to get closer to manifesting your goals. And I'm going to share plenty of examples of just how to do that. But before I do, I just had an incredible morning. I met up with one of my mom friends. She's actually someone I met through my daughter's daycare because our children went to daycare together and now they are in camp together. So it was really nice to go out with her, have brunch, spend more time with her new baby, and just catch up on life. And I, in the past, had a really hard time talking about my business and the coaching work that I do, and my courses, and my podcast. Because I don't know, I had limiting beliefs around it, fears and doubts that prevented me from openly sharing with people in my life. Hey, guess what? These are the things that I'm doing. These are the things that I'm passionate about. Here is how I'm helping people. I, for whatever reason, just didn't feel comfortable doing it in person. Yet I have all these social media accounts and I'm very open online about this, but I was compartmentalizing. But in the past few months, or maybe not even few, can I say a few, past couple of months, I've started to become more comfortable with this because I've started to overcome my limiting beliefs around this and to recognize how beneficial it is to stop hiding and put myself out there. Talk about the ways in which I'm improving the quality of my life, improving the quality of other people's lives. Like, every time I have come out and just been like, hey, this is what I'm doing, each person I tell is very supportive, very interested in like, oh, really? Like, you're doing that? Like, share the links with me. I want to, see what you're doing. I want to follow your journey. But if I was hiding, that wouldn't happen, right? So if you have a business or anything that you're passionate about, that you desire to grow, that you desire to expand, you need to do whatever you can to support its ability to grow and expand. When you're hiding, you're dimming your light, like, oh, like, I don't know if we should talk about this. That's the energy that you're putting out there. And so, how can anyone else appreciate what you have to do or be interested or support you if you continue to hide? This is a topic that I'm going to be going deeper into in the exclusive episodes of On My Manifesting Mind, in which we talk about using manifestation, law of attraction, and the mindset work to grow and expand your business, especially online. If you are in the process of growing a brand new business or you want to launch your brand new business, the link is in the show notes for you to subscribe. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. When you feel good about what you have to offer, when you feel good about your gifts, other people are going to feel the same way, right? Like attracts like. Okay, now let's get into the main topic, using your senses to manifest. So let's talk about the most popular one first: visualization, vision boarding, using your sense of sight to be able to manifest your desires, to get excited about them, and make them feel more real. So, if you have a wonderful imagination, you can spend 5 to 15 minutes sitting down quietly with your eyes closed, visualizing yourself with your desired outcome. So that means that if you want to travel to a particular destination and you know exactly what you want it to look like, where you want to stay, what you want to be eating, what kind of activities you want to be doing, maybe you're zip lining, or you're staying in a villa, or you're eating a delicious meal on the beach, like a luxurious experience, you're at the spa. Right? If you already know all those details about your desired manifestation, then it's going to be very easy for you to sit down and visualize yourself in the scene that you want to create. And so you can make that a priority in your schedule to spend 5 to 15 minutes per day doing this. So if you are great at visualization, that would be a wonderful exercise to prioritize and even pencil into your calendar, where you're like, okay, at this time per day, maybe it's first thing when you wake up in the morning before you get out of bed, or maybe it's at night when you're, in your PJs and you're ready to go to sleep. You might want to pencil that 15 minutes into your calendar as your wind down time to do your visualization. Okay, now the vision boards, controversial topic for some people where they feel like it doesn't work, but it can work. And here are the reasons why. When you create a vision board, you can get really, really excited about your desired manifestation because the visuals can make you feel so happy and excited when you look at them. It also helps you to create a lot of clarity around what you desire to manifest, because you're going to go through this process of picking out the images that represent how you desire to feel and what you want it to look like, right? Your vision is very, very crystal clear. When you create a vision board, you are also setting an intention for what you desire to manifest. This act of creating this board is telling your brain, like, these are the things that I want. These are my goals. It's kind of similar to writing things down. You're choosing these images, you're putting it on the board, and you're like, these are my priorities. And if you put your vision board in a prominent place where you can see it on a daily basis, that is also going to serve as a reminder to you of exactly what it is your goals are, right? As I said, you're setting the intention, you know what your goals are, and now that you have your vision board in a prominent place, you can look at it every day. Like, so maybe it's first thing in the morning, or as I mentioned before, right before you go to bed, you can be like, okay, I know that I desire to manifest X, Y, and Z. So what are my next best inspired actions? What are my next best steps? And you can ask God or the universe to help you figure that out. You can sit there, meditate with your vision board, get your aha moments, and then go and do exactly what you need to do every single day to get closer to achieving your goals. So, even though some people say that vision boards can be kind of useless and not get you closer to your goals, they can be a wonderful manifestation tool. There are also so many other ways in which you can integrate the visuals into your reality. So, for example, if you're big on Instagram, if you love the platform, it's a highly visual platform. So you can follow accounts that are associated with your desired manifestation. If that means that you desire to live in your dream home, you can follow accounts that feature images of gorgeous homes, like real estate accounts, right? Or interior design accounts. If you desire to travel to a particular destination, a particular country, you can follow accounts associated with travel to that particular country. Or you can follow, accounts that feature specific types of hotels if you want to stay in five-star hotels. Or if you want to travel via first class, you can follow accounts that feature first class luxurious travel. Okay, so you can use Instagram to manifest. Oh, sorry, going back to the vision boards, this is an important detail. So vision boards used to primarily be physical, right? You would get like magazines or other images, cut them out, and then paste them on some type of board. It could have been like canvas, poster board. There's also the option that people use to use like a pin board or a bulletin board where they take specific images and they pin them up and maybe they hang it above their desk, right? And so then they have the physical representation of the vision board. Alternative options include digital versions of vision boards, which people oftentimes like to make using Canva or Pinterest. Apparently, Pinterest allows you to use something called collage to create a vision board. So you may want to use Pinterest and create a board that's specifically devoted to what you want to manifest, and you can make it private, so it's just for you. In the past, even though I don't know like if it's quite as practical as these newer versions, what you could do was use PowerPoint to manifest. I remember at one point I created a PowerPoint presentation and I would have one page with the list of things that I wanted to manifest in a particular category. So that might be relationships, career, travel, or health, where I would have different categories. So I'd have 2 pages per category, and then one would just be the words, like a list of the things that I wanted to manifest in that particular category. And then the second slide would be the images and maybe some words or quotes that I would paste together into the PowerPoint. And so that was my version of a vision board. And what was really cool about that too was that I could go back, look at my list, and then kind of check off or cross off the things that I had already achieved. So I actually used that for quite a while and it was highly effective. Something else that might be controversial when it comes to vision boards is using AI. So some people have used AI to then put their image in the scene that they want to be a part of, right? So say that they want to travel to a particular destination, they might use AI to create an image of themselves in that scene. I personally don't feel comfortable doing that yet. I do use AI in certain ways. I never use AI to create my content, but I do love using AI to edit the podcast, actually. So when I edit this podcast, I get what's called a transcript. And in that transcript, I can cut out words or I can cut out full sentences that I no longer want to include in the podcast. And it will be cut out of my audio and it's cut out of my video. So that's an AI feature that is incredibly useful for creating video content that looks higher quality. So if you're interested, I use Riverside to record my podcast. So the link is in the show notes if you want to use my link to sign up for Riverside and start your podcast. Okay, so the next sense we're going to tap into is hearing. So you can do so much in this category. So again, if we're talking about travel, if there's music that is associated with a particular destination that you want to go to, you can listen to that music, integrate it into your day. So say you want to go to Puerto Rico, right? And you want to feel what it feels like to be there. Maybe you're going to be listening to salsa music or reggaeton. Maybe you're going to listen to Mark Anthony or Bad Bunny, right? You want to feel the vibes of what it would feel like to be in PR. So that's a way that you could do that. Or say that you want to go to Trinidad. Like I remember I went to visit Trinidad when I was in high school. I celebrated my 16th birthday by going to Trinidad. And so one of the types of music there that's really popular is soca. And I came back with all of these soca CDs from being there in Trinidad. And I used to listen to them all the time. And so I always was able to go back to that feeling of being in Trinidad. So you can listen to music, okay? You could also listen to affirmations if you desire to feel a certain way, or say you want to go to your next level, you're ready to be a businesswoman, like, own your own business or be the CEO. Like, you can record affirmations yourself that give you that feeling of being powerful, being like having that queen energy, that CEO energy, right? So maybe create your own affirmations and using the voice memo app in your phone, and then you play them back to yourself. Or maybe you just say them in the mirror to yourself every morning or at night or multiple times per day. Maybe you use someone else's affirmations that help you to get into that energy of being the wealthy woman or being the businesswoman. And an exercise that I've been using recently that I really, really love is speaking what I want into existence. So that means talking about my desired manifestation as if I've already received it. So I'm talking about it in the present tense or the past tense, and I'm using the voice memo app to record myself doing it, and then I play it back to myself. Basically, you just talk about all the things that you want. So this is the kind of thing that you can do. Put yourself in the setting. Ooh, you're taking your walk on the beach. You just had your delicious oat milk latte, or your green juice, whatever it is. Like, so you're putting yourself in the scene and you're talking about it with excitement and joy. And then you're playing that back, you're hearing it out loud, and you're getting excited when you listen to it. It has been super fun. You can also listen to podcasts, right? Like this one to help you get into the feeling you desire to have when you're manifesting. Or maybe it's that you want to travel or you want to move abroad, and someone who's moved abroad, who's an expat, has a podcast that you can follow and listen to, and you learn a lot of information about going to your desired destination or what it's like to live there. Or maybe you're listening to a podcast about interior design and architecture. Ooh, now let's talk about your sense of smell. So this is a really lovely one, right? So say that you want to, again, travel. I just feel like it's such an easy example to share with you, and you want to recreate the scents from your travels. Maybe you want to travel to a destination where there are beaches or there's island life, and so you want to have that particular scent. You can get scents from candles, and you can light those candles and have those beautiful scents in your home that remind you of that destination. The smell of the ocean. Maybe there's a destination that you go to where there's honeysuckle or vanilla scents. Like maybe you're imagining yourself being in a spa, and you can recreate that spa in your home. Like, and you can even do that in your bathroom where you are using Epsom salts that recreate that spa experience right before you actually go to the spa in person. So you can use candles, the scents from like Epsom salts, flowers, foods. If you're going to a destination, you want to travel to a particular place and they have these delicious foods, which is also going to tap into the next sense, your sense of taste. But you can also use the smells. If you want to smell these delicious foods that are associated with a particular destination, you could do that. Well, I'm also thinking about the Amalfi Coast where there are tons of lemons. So maybe you want to integrate a lemon scent into your home or have plenty of lemons around, and that will remind you of what it's going to feel like to be in the Amalfi Coast. Okay, so as I mentioned, when it comes to taste, you can create these meals that are associated with a particular region in your home. Or if you have a restaurant on your list that is associated with a particular part of the world, you can then go to that restaurant. So maybe it's, a particular Japanese restaurant. If you have dreams of visiting Japan, maybe you plan to visit Italy, and so you want to go to a beautiful, luxurious tasting experience at this Italian restaurant, this Japanese restaurant, this Indian restaurant, wherever it is, okay? And so then you're going to have the physical feeling. You're going to taste it. You're going to have the scent. It's going to be so yummy. And that's going to be like, ooh, like, okay, when I go to this trip, when I travel to this destination, this is what it's going to feel like, and even 10 times better. You could also do something like, say that you want to go to Tuscany, right? And you want to do like wine tasting. You could then create a little like wine tasting in your home where you create a flight and you taste different wines that are from that particular region. So you could even have like a little get together and throw a party in your home and be like, okay, like, we're manifesting, we're going to take this trip to Tuscany. You can just do it in your home. But like, these are the ways where you can start to get yourself excited about what's going to be coming next for you. All right. So finally, let's talk about touch, your sense of touch. So how can you recreate this? For example, I think one of the great examples for this is a vehicle. Like, Like, say you want to manifest a particular car. I remember when I was in college, and I'm from New York City. So as a teenager, some teenagers I know, like these days, are getting vehicles. But for me, like as the average teenager, I didn't have a car. I was not driving anywhere. And the thing is that when I went to college, a number of kids, or I guess they're not kids at that point, young adults had vehicles. They had cars, which was like blowing my mind as someone who is from New York City. I didn't automatically get a car because I took the train, I took the bus. And so one of my friends at the time was from another country. And so when she got here, to the US, her dad got her a vehicle. He got her an Audi A6 in blue. And my friends and I got to ride in this vehicle with our friend at the time. And it was such an incredible experience. Prior to this experience, I really did not pay Audis any mind. Like, I was not someone who was accustomed to riding in luxury vehicles at all. Most of my experience with luxurious vehicles were like from rap songs and like hip hop and rap videos. I knew that there were like BMWs and Mercedes Benzes, right? So people be talking about Benzes, Beamers, and like, so I knew like Lexuses. So I knew these like fancy vehicles from what I would see on TV. And of course, I live in New York, so I would see them around, but I never really knew firsthand what it would feel like to be in a vehicle like that. And I didn't even know at the time that an Audi was a type of luxury vehicle. So rewind, this friend of mine gets this vehicle. We all are these like teenagers. I'm probably about 19 years old at the time, gets to ride in this car with her. And it was so nice, such a luxurious experience. And the car was so powerful. I just remember the speed on this vehicle being so good, phenomenal. And the brakes, like she would just speed up in this car, like on the campus, a college campus. Probably not the best idea. And then like, put her foot on the brakes and this car would stop so fast. Like it was an incredibly high quality vehicle at that time. And then this is not the best part of this story. I went to school at Tufts University and in Massachusetts, especially in the Boston or like the outskirts of Boston, they have all of these roundabouts. And so I remember her coming out of this roundabout and then she pulls over to drop me off. And when I got out of the car and she went to pull out of the space that she was in, she hit a Honda. And it actually turns out that the students actually went to our university too. So this was not the best situation, but I remember her hitting this vehicle and creating this circle, this dent. Like, it was big in this car. And Hondas, at least even to this day, I hear people say if you're gonna get like your first car, even if it's a used car, like get a Honda, get a Toyota. These are incredible vehicles. Like they last for a long time. But when you could see how big this dent was, and then you look at this Audi and it was in perfect condition. It looked like it didn't hit anything. That again, my mind was blown where I was like, oh my God, this car is insane. And again, it was sad for the other students whose car got hit. But I was like, wow. At the time, it was like, this is my dream car. I want an Audi. Over the years, I have not really been prioritizing getting this Audi, so it's like if I did center on it every single day, I would get it. But it's like, ooh, nice to have. It's nice to have. But back then, I was like, wow, like this is my dream car. I want an Audi A6. And I had this experience of being in the vehicle. And even now, like I'm basically twice the age I was back then. And yet I still know what it felt like to be in the vehicle, to touch it, to feel what it felt like to drive in this vehicle, the power, the speed, the brakes. So I can put myself in the scene because I remember exactly what it was like. And so, again, if you want the sense of touch and you want a particular vehicle, you can go to the dealership. Say it's Range Rover, it's Audi. You go to the dealership, you test drive the vehicle, you have that firsthand experience of what it would feel like to touch the steering wheel, to sit in the leather seats or whatever it is. Like, get in touch with it, find opportunities to be where you want to be. If it's a neighborhood that you want to live in, go walk around in that neighborhood and feel what it would feel like to be there. If it's a particular type of home, say it's like a penthouse in Manhattan, and there are open houses that are available for people to go visit. Sign up for the open house, go visit, go like touch the breakfast bar, like go physically stand in the homes, the apartments that you want to be in. All right. You see how excited I am already, and I'm like thinking all kinds of wild things about manifestation. So, tapping into your senses is incredibly helpful for manifesting the things that you desire. It gets you super excited, super motivated to go to your next level. So, what is it that you want to manifest, especially after you went through the exercises from episode 31 and you decided what you didn't want, and it helped you to get very clear on what it is you do want? So, now, what do you want to tap into? Like, which senses do you want to use to help you manifest? Are you going to create that vision board? What are the accounts that you're going to follow on Instagram? What are the podcasts that you're going to sign up for and listen to? Like, are you going to go visit the dealership for the car that you want? Are you going to sign up for those open houses? Are you going to create a playlist that has incredible songs from the country that you desire to visit? Which recipes are you going to be downloading and make sure that you're cooking like once a week or more often to get you in the feeling of what it would feel like to eat those delicious foods, to smell those delicious scents, okay? What are the candles that you're going to go buy? Like, I mean, what are you going to do next? And obviously, you don't have to do exactly what I said in this episode. This is just a point to help you come up with some ideas for what is perfect for you. At the end of the day, what works for someone else doesn't mean it's going to work for you. Maybe candles are not what does it for you, right? So don't get the candles if you don't want the candles. You decide what's going to help you in each of those categories to manifest what you desire. This episode is just designed to help you play more and stimulate your senses, get some ideas. So that's what I have for you. And if part of your manifestation process includes becoming the audacious podcaster, building up your confidence to put yourself out there, to show up authentically on the mic like I do every week or in front of a camera, because this is something that you want to do for your career, for your business, then Audacious Audio, my podcasting course, is perfect for you. To sign up, the link is in the show notes. I actually, in the pre-work, in the Next Level Now Visionary Masterclass, talk about how to help you create your vision for your desired manifestation. And so you're going to get all of this and so much more in the Audacious Audio course. Audacious Audio helps you to feel more comfortable in your own skin. Honestly, creating a podcast really was a catalyst for me creating my own course and feeling comfortable doing that. I felt so much more comfortable speaking my truth, putting myself out there, talking about the things that I'm passionate about and the ways in which I'm able to help people, sharing my gifts with the world through podcasting. Like, honestly, when you create a podcast, you can do so many more things with it. You can attract clients and customers. You can sell products and services. You can promote someone else's products and services if you have brand partnerships. You can interview people you've only ever dreamed of interviewing on your podcast to learn from them and to help other people, your audience, your listeners, learn from them too. If this is right for you, sign up. The link is in the show notes. And if you want to go even further, I also now I'm going to be offering more one-to-one coaching sessions starting next week. And through these sessions, you can build up your confidence, become more assertive, set healthier boundaries in your work and your personal life to design a life that is supportive of you and your family. You want to get to a place where you are really taking good care of yourself, making sure that your mental and physical health are top notch, because when you are living your best life and you are taking excellent care of yourself, then you are able to expand. You are able to help so many more people in your life. Okay, so if this is what you want for yourself, this is the transformation you desire to have, to step into your power, you can send me a DM on Instagram. I'm so excited to work with you to create your dream life. I love you. And until next time, bye, my dearest.